Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're tackling a debate that literally starts most of our days. Cold showers versus hot showers. Which one is actually better for you? Now let's be real. People who crave a hot, steamy shower vastly outnumber those who willingly jump into freezing water. But if you're strictly committed to that hot water comfort, you've probably heard that you really should be taking cold showers because of all these crazy health benefits. So today, we're looking directly at the data to see if there's any real truth to this, or if you can, safely stay in your warm comfort zone.
So, the crucial question we're exploring today is simply this: which temperature is actually better for your body? I want us to start thinking about your daily shower, not just as a mundane cleaning routine, but as a highly customizable tool. Imagine if just twisting that temperature dial could actively optimize your physiological state. Whether you're trying to wake up, recover from a grueling workout, or even fight off a winter bug, the water temperature plays a massive role in exactly how your body responds.
And this naturally sets up the whole tension we're dealing with here. On one hand, we have the undisputed champion of popularity and pure comfort, hot water. It just feels great, especially on a cold morning, right? But competing against it is this rapidly growing body of scientific backing for cold water. There's a very real conflict here between what naturally feels good to us in the moment and what the science suggests might actually be far superior for our long-term physical resilience.
Section 1. The power of cold water, boosting alertness and recovery.
Okay, so the immediate payoff of stepping into cold water is pretty profound. A cold shower might absolutely not be your first choice if you're just looking for a cozy, relaxing night. But mentally, it is incredibly beneficial. The sheer shock of the water instantly boosts your alertness, and it's actually been shown to have a measurably positive effect on your overall mood. Plus, from a dermatological perspective, if you suffer from itchy or irritated skin, cold water is fantastic. It has this natural, soothing, anti-inflammatory effect that practically turns off that itching sensation.
But honestly, the mental and skin benefits are really just the beginning. Cold water is widely considered the ultimate post-workout recovery tool. There's a very good reason cold showers and ice baths have been fiercely popular among professional athletes and dedicated gym-goers for years. When you put your body through intense physical stress, cryotherapy or cold water immersion is one of the absolute best scientifically validated ways to flush out muscle fatigue and drastically reduce inflammation in your body.
Get this, 96 hours. This stat comes directly from a fascinating 2018 study on physical recovery. Researchers found that utilizing cold water immersion had such a profound physiological effect that it actually reduced the perception of muscle fatigue and pain for up to 96 hours after exercising. Guys, that is 4 entire days of feeling less fatigued simply because you braved the cold water. It makes it a vastly superior option compared to just, letting your body recover on its own.
And the compelling data just keeps coming. 29%. A 2016 study looked at workplace health and found that people who simply started their shower with hot water but intentionally ended it with cold water experienced a 29% drop in sick day absences compared to people who only showered in hot water. Nearly a third fewer sick days just by changing the temperature at the end of their daily routine. That's wild.
So why in the world does that 29% drop happen? Well, cold water actively builds your immunity. When that freezing water hits your skin, it triggers what scientists call a low-level stress response from your body's immune system. Think of it like taking your immune system to the gym. By safely exposing your body to this minor, controlled stressor, you're actively building internal resilience, which makes your body significantly stronger and way more prepared when it encounters a real infection.
However, and this is a really vital caveat, do not take a cold shower if you are already actively sick. Remember that low-level immune response we just talked about? Well, if your body is already fighting off a real illness, forcing it to also deal with the stress of freezing water can actually reduce your body's ability to fight off the active infection. Cold showers are a preventative measure to build resilience, not a treatment for when you're already under the weather.
Section 2. The case for hot showers, relaxation, and rhythm. Before we get into the pros, let's be totally objective and address the main drawback of hot water right away. Dermatologists generally advise against extremely hot showers. Why? Because hot water is incredibly efficient at stripping away the natural oils of your skin, way quicker than cold water does. If you're taking long, scalding showers every single day, you are more than likely drying out your skin and compromising its natural protective barrier.
But, assuming you keep the temperature reasonable, hot showers provide some massive, unique benefits that cold water simply cannot match. First, while cold water reduces inflammation,
hot water physically relaxes and soothes tight muscles after a workout. Second, they can actively improve your sleep by having a direct positive effect on your body's circadian rhythm. And third, hot showers are absolutely perfect when you are suffering from an infection because the steam helps relieve respiratory symptoms, it opens up your airways so you can actually breathe.
When we compare the two directly, especially looking at post-workout recovery, we see that they're both highly effective, but in fundamentally opposite ways. Cold showers are your tactical weapon to aggressively reduce inflammation and flush out deep muscle fatigue. Hot showers, on the other hand, are your tool to melt away tension, physically relaxing and soothing muscles that are tight or cramped. They both aid recovery for sure, but they do entirely different jobs.
Section 3. The final verdict, a customizable daily tool.
So, what's the bottom line? The truth is, both cold and hot showers provide a fantastic array of benefits, and there just isn't one simple, universal choice. The core takeaway from our source material is summed up perfectly right here. The best thing you can do is mix it up and select the temperature of your water based on the time of day and what you want to get from the shower. You literally have the power to dynamically adjust your routine. Need to wake up and build immune resilience? Go cold. Need to unwind before bed or clear a stuffy nose? Dial up the heat.
So the question I want to leave you with today is this. How will you change your shower routine tomorrow morning? Now that you actually understand the physiological mechanisms behind that temperature dial, you don't have to just default to what's comfortable. You can actively choose what your body needs. Will you try ending with a blast of cold for that 29% immunity boost? The choice is entirely yours. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.